What a beautiful day to kick off the 2018 Alabama Bass Trail presented by Phoenix Boats. We're here at Lay Lake. The program director of the ABT, Kay Donaldson to my right. I'm Robbie Floyd. And Lay Lake, what a beautiful facility. I've been coming here for about 15 years, and there's been 3 classics, Bassmaster Classics in that amount of time, Kay. But beautiful weather this week leading up to this event.
You know, Alabama was due for some really good weather. And when we pulled up on Thursday and we were talking to the anglers in the parking lot, you could tell that warm weather had brought the fishing on. I mean, they were talking about maybe even some sight fishing today. That's so hard to believe in February.
You can expect to see that today. Temperatures, water temperatures, 60s up into the 70s, so expect those bedfish to be there, but some clear skies, some overcast skies, and that leads me to who would be the favorite, and you can't look any further than the defending Southern Anglers of the Year.
Kobe Carden, Chris Rutland, you always think about those guys on this body of water. They've been so successful here, but we had a lot of new teams this year. They may throw us a curveball.
And we throw 2 pairs at you, but there's still 223 pairs trying to knock them off the top.
Hey folks, I'm Chris Brown along with Kenneth Grover. Welcome to the 2018 Alabama Bass Trail TV show. We are here at beautiful Lay Lake. Kenneth, it's February.
It doesn't feel like February.
There's
though.
some guys in
Beautiful
shorts,
day.
there's some guys in long pants, and I have a feeling by weigh-in they're all going to be in shorts.
Yes, definitely. It's
What
gonna be a
is
beautiful
going
day.
on around here?
Well, you know, we've had an unusually cold winter, and the last 2-3 weeks it has really warmed up really well. So the water's warmed up a lot. Probably 2-3 weeks ago, the water temperature was in the high 40s. Now I'm hearing mid to high 60s.
Ooh, so we got a lot of rain, water's come up, and a lot of it's moving now too.
Yes. So the
So-
fish should be up, feeding, getting ready for the spawn. Should be really exciting to see the weigh-in.
This should be a slugfest today.
Most definitely.
All right, well, let's go check them out. No pressure.
We already missed them.
What you got?
Nothing. Just missed one up there just a second ago. They dropped the water in about 6 inches. It made a big difference, but this little stretch of grass right here had them on it.
We're in Cedar Creek now, and it's our first opportunity at watching some anglers fish, so we're hoping to get some fish catches on video, and we're gonna follow these guys for a little while, see what they're doing, and try to see what kind of patterns are working. This particular area is just really a shallow flat, and they're kind of the backside of an island. It's a protected area. Got grass growing along the shoreline. Were moving pretty quick down the shore, and then they get to this particular area and they really slowed down. So I'm not sure if they've actually seen a fish or if they just real confident in that particular spot right there.
Anything particularly looking for, or just this grass?
It's this type of grass, but right up here it channel swings in, or I say channel. It gets deeper on the other side of that tree.
Okay.
Yesterday he flipped in there twice and we got out of here.
We see that patience pays off. They sat on that fish for quite a while, both anglers throwing lures at it. Both anglers actually went to set the hook twice and missed it. And nice quality fish, well worth the wait.
Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is brought to you by Bill Penny Toyota, official truck of the Alabama Bass Trail, and by TH Marine, improving your boat from transom to trolling motor. There's more to come.
Greg Hackney, 2014 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Aaron Martins, 2013 and 2015 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. What else do these guys have in common? Phoenix Boats. The last 3 Bassmaster Angler of the Year titles were won out of Phoenix Boats. Coincidence? We think not. Phoenix Boats. Our passion for fishing is obvious.
So our mission statement here at Bill Penny Motor Company is to enrich the lives of our employees and our customers and the communities we serve. And it really begins and ends with people. It started with that kind of philosophy with my granddad and went through my dad. Growing up around the business, I remember being just a kid washing cars and meeting these customers. Now I'm a grown adult and they get to buy vehicles from us and hopefully serve their next of kin for generations to come. For the whole story, visit us at BillPennyToyota.com, where people always come first.
What could 148,000 people possibly have in common? As different as each of the members of America's First are, they all like it when good things happen to them. Like when their savings earn a higher return than they can get with a bank, and when their loans and credit cards have lower rates. And they like taking care of business from wherever they are. Why not join us today? America's First Federal Credit Union.
You sons of fishes. Ain't enough fish on this lake for 2 clubs.
Really? Well, we see plenty of fish live with Panoptix.
Yep. Dang, we should get Panoptix. Maybe we'll just take yours.
What's going on here? You boys have license?
Yes, sir.
Nope.
There he is.
Oh, I got him.
You witnessed the action, the thrill, and the competition of the Alabama Bass Trail. Isn't it time you got involved? Coming in 2018, over $47,000 paid out for each event. No entry fee championship, 85 grand up for grabs, plus a new Phoenix. More than $500,000 in cash and prizes. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Sign up now by logging on to alabamabasstrail.org. The Alabama Bass Trail Tournament Series, presented by Phoenix Bass Boats.
All right, Harry, so both camera boats split up this morning. We're on the right side of the river, they're on the left side of the river. Where are we and what are we doing right now?
We're right above what they call Paradise Point, upriver from where we launched in Beeswax. We're in a good bedding area.
All right.
Where we're looking at this boat out here in front of us, they're fixing to get into a little flat and that water comes up real shallow there.
So the first 2 boats we've talked to this morning, they are already concerned about this water dropping about 8 inches. They've been catching them up in this grass. The grass is now exposed. What are they looking for? Looking for that deeper water?
The fish is confused, I think. I really do, because the water temperature...
We're not talking about us, we're talking about the fish.
The fish are confused with the way they drop in this water. It's been steady, full pool for a week, and they drop it overnight all of a sudden. They're going to move out and regroup, what I think.
All right, all right. Fish on, fish on, fish on. Ain't come up yet.
Oh, decent fish. Good gracious.
We're still in Cedar Creek, and it's another boat that was fishing down this grass line. They were actually fishing kind of fast along the edge, and they spotted one that looks like it was on bed, so they've slowed down. They put their power poles down and see if they can't catch this one fish off the bed. Got him hooked up. Another case where patience really pays off. He gotten that fish to bite one other time and he missed it, and he stayed with it. He actually changed baits and finally got that fish to bite.
So what we're doing now, you know, when we pulled up on this team, they were flipping the grass, and they told us this first thing this morning, they caught 2 fish pretty quick off the point where they started being in this creek. So we moved on down to this point. We're in 2 foot of water, and it's actually starting to get deeper. So the fish we just saw him catch, he was on the deeper side off to the right at this point. Now we're going off to the deeper side on the left side. So They're starting to put a little bit of game plan together. They've gone from flipping to throwing lipless baits, and that's how we caught that 4-pound spot.
There we go.
I like you when you cross our eyes.
That boy don't play right there now. He's scared, man. That 60-pound braid ain't no joke.
We've been down in Paint Creek filming some anglers, and the conditions down here are a little bit different. The water's a little bit clearer. Talked to several anglers that have some fish in the boat, but nothing real big. They're looking for the kicker bite. Kind of hoping that the clouds will clear out and we get some sunshine, may change the bite a little bit. And that's kind of what we've seen here. Let's go check in with Chris Brown and see what he's seeing in his area of the lake.
God, is that a fish?
You was just hoping.
I was hoping. I was.
Hey, hook sets are free.
I know, right? I must have been in grass. Hey, give you a little something.
There you go.
Oh, the hook fell out.
Big boy, you got to set the hook a little harder next time, I reckon.
I guess so. See, I mean, they chunky when you catch them. They definitely pre-spawn fish.
This portion of the program is sponsored in part by Sweet Home Alabama, by Garmin, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, will be right back.
Are you done yet?
Does it look like I'm done?
Shouldn't you be at work?
Todd. Hold on.
Your real bike's all fixed.
And you guys are good.
Well, we are the #1 motorcycle insurer in the country.
Wait, you have a real motorcycle?
And real insurance with 24-hour customer support.
Well, I retire as champion.
Game hog.
Champion.
Greg Hackney, 2014 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Aaron Martens, 2013 and 2015 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. What else do these guys have in common? Phoenix Boats. The last 3 Bassmaster Angler of the Year titles were won out of Phoenix Boats. Coincidence? We think not. Phoenix Boats. Our passion for fishing is obvious.
Welcome back to Lay Lake, the first stop of the Alabama Bass Trail South Division. 12,000-acre Lay Lake is a popular fishery part of the Coosa River chain. We launched 225 teams from Beeswax Landing this morning, where the 2010 Bassmaster Classic was held. Kevin Van Dam taking the win. Let's get back on the water as the Alabama Bass Trail Stop 1 of the South Division continues.
What boat number you guys?
221.
221, you have a long day today.
Yes, sir, we got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
We've been catching them late today anyway.
Have you really?
Thank y'all.
How are you guys doing?
Been calling right here.
Are you?
Yeah.
They said y'all were sandbagging when we pulled in, so.
It just stay cloudy and start biting good right here. When the sun comes out, they move off of it.
Really?
This clouds will stay in here for a minute. We'll probably get bit again.
Oh, got him, got him, got him. That one's, if it's a bass, it's decent. I do too. I thought he hooked the marker for a minute. It's a decent fish. Harry, it looks like these guys are fishing a little hump back in this secondary creek, and they're trying to get in front of those spawners before they come all the way back up here into the flat. And he made the comment that when the sun was shining, it kind of scattered those fish out a little bit. But when it got cloudy again, they'd all kind of bunch back up on top of that little hump. And we saw that evidence. He said it had been cloudy for a little while. You just watched him catch that next fish they've been culling. They've caught probably a dozen here in the last little bit, half a dozen or so, but only when it's shady.
Weird, isn't it?
It is a little different. It is a little different.
It's the only time we heard that today. Everybody we talked to wants the sun.
Everybody wants the sun. These guys want it cloudy.
Yeah.
I mean, Harry, let's talk about the weather, though, too. I mean, this weather, my camera guy's in shorts. It's in February.
Yes.
What's the deal with that?
It scares you almost. But
you know it does. I know they're calling for some storms tonight. You've obviously got weather moving in, but how does that affect these fish that we're still, 10, 12 hours away from weather?
If they feel this nice warm weather, the water's warming up in it, they're getting up. The weeds and stuff starting to put on greenery. They're getting ready to go on bed. What fish we've seen caught today have all been chunky.
Yeah.
So they've been feeding for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, the fish we've seen, you're right. They're like me and you. They're
yes, sir.
clean, right? So.
But they, and then a front comes through. It just it knocks them in, just like you would.
Just knocks them in the head.
It does. Fish on.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
This portion of Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is brought to you by Bill Penny Toyota, Sweet Home Alabama, and by America's First Federal Credit Union. Stay with us, there's more to come.
You sons of fishes. Ain't enough fish on this lake for 2 clubs.
Really? Well, we see plenty of fish live with Panoptix.
Yep. Dang, we should get Panoptix. Maybe we'll just take yours.
What's going on here? You boys have license?
Yes, sir.
Nope.
there he is.
Oh, I got him.
Greg Hackney, 2014 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Aaron Martins, 2013 and 2015 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. What else do these guys have in common? Phoenix Boats. The last 3 Bassmaster Angler of the Year titles were won out of Phoenix Boats. Coincidence? We think not. Phoenix Boats. Our passion for fishing is obvious.
So our mission statement here at Bill Penny Motor Company is to enrich the lives of our employees and our customers and the communities we serve. And it really begins and ends with people. It started with that kind of philosophy with my granddad and went through my dad. Growing up around the business, I remember being just a kid washing cars and meeting these customers. Now I'm a grown adult and they get to buy vehicles from us and hopefully serve their next of kin for generations to come. For the whole story, visit us at BillPennyToyota.com, where people always come first.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some of the best are outdoors, like a trip to Lake Gunnersville, first stop on the Alabama Bass Trail. Catch anything? Nice. Or head to the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, 468 holes of golf heaven. What's the time say?
Best public golf on the planet.
Alabama's got 100 road trips. Plan yours at alabama.travel.
Which one you gonna take?
Here comes the rain. What's that girl? Flo needs help? Take me to her! Hurry, Flo! Why aren't we taking roads? Flo!
Oh, you made it. Do you have change for $1?
This was the emergency? Yes, I was busy.
24-hour roadside assistance from America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
You know, I think you're my best friend. You don't have to say I'm your best friend. That's okay.
Well, Kenneth, here we are back at the ramp, almost check-in time for the first flight. You and I are both on the water this morning, kind of opposite sides of the river, so to speak, checking out different creeks, different pockets. We saw some action, a little slower than what we thought it was going to be. What was it like on your side of the river?
Pretty much the same thing. I really was expecting guys to be able to go down the bank and catch fish pretty consistently. The ones that we saw catching fish, that wasn't the case. We actually saw guys setting up on beds and catching fish.
Okay.
And even those, it took them a while, a lot of casts. Some of the guys would miss the first 2 bites. The fish would go right back to the bed, and another 15, 20 minutes later, they'd finally get the fish to bite where they could set the hook and get in the boat.
The guys that we saw, it was slow, methodical. You had to be patient with it. They were having to wait for the bite. Some wanted sun, some wanted clouds. So it's anybody's ball game at this point, I believe.
That's right. And I think what happened there is each individual spot kind of has its own characteristics. And some fish would bite better with the sun and some would with the clouds. So depending on who you stopped on and the characteristic of that particular spot would depend on whether they wanted the sun or the...
Well, you said that earlier. It only takes 5. It only takes the right 5, and they could run them to them at any time during the course of the day. So it's a long time till the last flight checks in. So let's check out the weigh-in and see what happens.
You guys had a big fish. Tell us about it.
Pulled up on a flat, really a long tapered secondary point this morning. Started out with a rattle trap because that's what we've been catching them on pre-fishing. Yesterday that died on us, but we noticed when we got there they dropped that water, so we knew that fish would pull back out, and they did, and we started throwing with a red rattle trap, and it seemed like every point we hit that had some wind on it, that's where we caught them.
Now, we were on the water earlier, and we saw you guys, we actually saw you catch a male off the bed, and you said the female kind of got skittish and ran off. You guys were going to leave and try to come back later. Were you able to come back and see that fish?
No, we never came back. We decided to go downriver and start flipping mats, and it paid off for us. We wound up catching one that was about 4 and one was about 3.
Horton and Horton. Dude, y'all had a really good day. You move into second place by 2/100ths of a pound, 20.21 pounds. How did you catch 20 pounds plus?
Well, we swung the jig. We found some fish on bed and messed with them. I thought that water was going to mess us up because it was low this morning. Then once the water come back up, we was able to get back.
So water went down and back up during the day?
It did.
That's a nice string of fish on a day like today. It's been a tough day. We've seen a lot of 14 to 17 pound limits brought in. I think there's only 2 over 20 pounds. And of course, you guys have the lead right now. How did you catch your fish today?
They were caught with a shaky head with a Merthiolate trickworm.
Did you catch them all day long, or was it a certain time of day caught best?
All day long. We probably caught 60.
Dude, you had a pretty good day today. Just shy of taking the lead. The lead is 20.84. You got 20.72, a 1/4 pound hamburger. from Jacksonville that got you in there, taking the lead. Hey, good job. How about a round of applause for these guys over 20 pounds, Williams and Smith.
All right, gentlemen, you just weighed in. You just took over for Big Bass. Tell me how big that fish was, and then tell me what you did to catch it.
It was a 7.13, I believe, and I was throwing a Kitech swim bait all day, fishing along the grass, and she came up and ate it. Probably ready to bed up, and she ate it good. And matter of fact, I threw right behind her and missed one probably a little bit smaller than that.
You need 20.84 to take the lead. No, just shy of 23 pounds. 22.29 taking the lead. A new leader up to 22.29.
Well, the big question this morning, when 225 boats left Beeswax Park, who was going to be the victor? Graham and Granbury proved that they could make the adjustments and do it here at Lay Lake.
You know, we heard a lot of people say they dropped the water, but later on in the day it started to rise back up. And, you know, the people that made the adjustments were these guys, and they're getting to take home $10,000 for that effort.
Guys, we talk about how one fish could make the difference. That was the case catching that 6-pounder, but that wasn't the only fish that made the difference in taking this victory.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We made 2 calls after 4 o'clock that probably took us from not getting a check to winning the tournament.
So yeah, it's amazing how, you know, just one little adjustment, you know, a move here, a move there can do it, and that was the case here. Now you're the leaders of the Alabama Bass Trail South Division. Any pressure right now?
There's a lot of pressure, yeah, especially going into Lake Martin. So Lake Martin fish is obviously much different than Lay Lake. So we'll have to put in a good practice just like we did here.
Graham and Granbury, they did it better than everybody else. 225 boats left this morning. They come out on top. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.